Germany before the war. And there was a group of artists there, and they were of all disciplines, painters, philosophers, poets. And they wanted to form a utopian artistic colony away from Europe as the climate and the war looked like it might be happening. And so they sent a scout ahead. His name was Yule, and he went up, stowed away on ships and made it up to Alaska, and he got a ladder and he would carry it on his back, and when he came across a crevice in the ice, he'd put it across the crevice and walk across it, and built a raft and rowed himself across these glacial lakes and oceans. It was an incredible journey. It took him 2 years, but he found a homestead. Alaska was giving away land, basically, to anybody that promised just to move up there and not die for a whole winter. So he found about 300 acres and sent word back to everybody in Europe that they could come over. But by this time, the war had just started, and nobody could get visas, or they had already scattered. And the only one that did have a visa and was willing to still go was a woman named Ruth, and she was an aspiring opera singer. And she decided to leave her family and her loved ones and her dreams of being an opera singer and marry this man that she hardly knew, because she wanted to have children in a free country. And so she got off the boat, and he handed her flowers, and they got married, and they had 8 children in the wilderness. My dad's childhood photos look a lot like the 1800s. You wouldn't believe it was the 1950s. There was no grocery store, no electricity, no roads. The only way to town was during low tide, taking a horse and wagon on the beach. You could only eat what you killed or canned. My grandmother was a beautiful poet and a beautiful singer, and she taught all of her children to sing. All my aunts and uncles are very talented. But my dad is the one that really picked up where she left off. He became a professional musician. We sang in hotels for tourists since I was quite young. And he made a couple records and was about to go to Nashville and make a record when my mom left. So he took us back to the ranch and raised us. And I guess I picked up where my dad left off. There's actually a show about my family a lot of people don't realize. It's called Alaska, the Last Frontier. It's on the Discovery Network. It's a great show. I'm very proud of my dad. His name's Otts. He's on the show. He's the cowboy. He's had an amazing journey, and an amazing journey of healing. And in my book, he actually let me talk about some pretty hard stories because I really wanted to talk about the fact that we have these emotional patterns that are passed down generation to generation, and unless you talk about them and step in and change them, they won't change. And I'm very proud to say my dad has done a lot of work and is an amazing person, and we actually have a great relationship. And you guys have to check the show out. It'll show you how I was raised on this homestead, living off the land, because they still live that way, and I'm very proud of them. But I guess I'm the one that picked up where my dad left off, and my grandmother did live to see me become successful.